can be defined as a social phenomenon in which a section of the society is unable to fulfill even its basic necessities of life and therefore deprived of the minimum level of living conditions. So, as for the according to World Bank, poverty is pronounced deprivation in well-being and comprises many dimensions. And poverty includes low incomes and the inability to acquire the basic goods and services necessary for survival with dignity. So, see concept of poverty. Here, the estimation of poverty, two types of standards. One is absolute poverty and second one is relative poverty. Absolute poverty and relative poverty. As for the according to United Nations World Summit for Economic Development, absolute means it is a condition characterized by severe deprivation of basic human needs, including drinking water, okay, safe drinking water, sanitation facilities, food, shelter, health, education, and etc. In absolute measurement of poverty, the poverty threshold is set using the monetary value of the basket of essential products, and every household whose income is less than this value will be classified as poor, okay, and considered to be BPL, below poverty line. According to relative poverty sense, income distribution of the population in different fractile groups is estimated, and a comparison of the level of living of the top 5 to 10% of the population with the bottom 5 to 10% of the population is made to determine persons living BPL. So, this is known about the absolute poverty and relative poverty. Here, some poverty estimations in India. In measurement of poverty, two methods of data collection are very popular. First one, uniform recall period. Second one, mixed recall period. Uniform recall period, mixed recall period. As for the uniform recall period, people are asked about their consumption expenditure across a 30-day recall period. That is, the information is obtained on the recall of consumption expenditure in the previous 30 days. In mixed recall period method, people are asked about their consumption on 5 low frequency items. that is education, clothing, durables, footwear, and institutional health expenditure. So over the previous year and all other items over the previous 30 days. Okay. Here the Planning Commission and several economists have conducted different studies on the extent of poverty in India level. So it can be classified into two categories. They are pre-independent estimation and post-independent estimation. See, pre-independence poverty estimation. We know about the book of Dadabhai Nauroji. His book on poverty and un-British rule in India. According to his book, estimation of poverty line on the basis of rupees 16 to 35 rupees per capita per year. Per capita per year. And as for the according to national planning committees, based on nutritional requirements for a minimum standard of living, estimated poverty line with income ranging between 15 rupees to 20 rupees per capita per month. And one more, as for the according to the Bombay plan, had suggested a poverty line of rupees 75 per capita per year. Per capita per year. This is about the pre-independent poverty estimation. Next, see post-independence poverty estimation. Here, Planning Commission expert group in 1962 according to Planning Commission expert group, poverty lines for rural and urban areas with 20 rupees. Are 240 rupees per annum for rural. For urban areas, 25 rupees per annum, 300 rupees. Okay. This is according to Planning Commission expert group. And one more, that Dandekar and Raj. Their study based on national sample survey data. They said that the value of diet with 2,250 calories as the minimum level of nutrition for the estimation of poverty. Estimation of poverty. Okay. According to this study, 40% of rural population and a little more than 50% of the urban population lived BPL. Okay. And one more. PK Bardhan. According to PK Bardhan, considered 15 per capita, 15 rupees per capita per month at 1990 to 1961 prices for rural population. And it can be said that the percentage of rural people lived BPL has gone up from 38% in 1960-61 to 54% in 1968-69. Okay. And one more, Ahluwalia. As per the Ahluwalia estimated rural poverty for the period 1956-57 to 1973-74 said that the percentage of rural population living in poverty has come down from 54.1% to 46.1% years 1956-57 to 1973-74. And one more year, Planning Commission Expert Group 1993, chaired by Lakadwala. According to Planning Commission Expert Group, rupees 115.43 per capita per month for rural areas. In urban areas, 165.58 rupees as the minimum. Concluded that about 39.1% in rural and 40.2% in urban population. Overall, 39.3% of population lived BPL in 1987-88. And one more, National Sample Survey. 61 round of poverty estimates as for the poverty estimates, it estimated rural, urban and all India population lived under below poverty line BPL as 28.3%. 28.3% in rural, 25.7% in urban, and 27.5% in all India level. Okay. Therefore, as for poverty estimation, rural, urban, and all India population lived in BPL below poverty line as 21.8%, 21.7%, and 21.8% in India level. So, one more, the Rangarajan Committee, based on independent large survey of households, this unit is fifth unit. The Rangarajan Committee, based on the independent large survey of households by Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, estimated poverty for 2009-10 and 2011-12. This committee estimated rural, urban, and all India population level lived below poverty line in 2011-12 as 30.9% in rural, 26.4% in urban, and 26% in all India level. Okay. These are the post-independent poverty estimations in India. Next concept, poverty in Telangana. Poverty in Telangana. See, now we will discuss about poverty in Telangana. In Telangana, first of all, Tendulkar Expert Group poverty estimates. In Telangana, in 1993-94, poverty line annual per capita was assumed rupees 244 for urban areas, 282 rupees for 244 for rural areas, 282 for urban areas. So in 2011-12, the annual per capita for poverty line was assumed as 86 rupees for rural areas, 1009 rupees for urban areas. So therefore, the rural and urban poverty in Telangana between 93-94 and 2011-12 were 49% and 30.5% only, as against 50.1% and 31.8% at the all India level. Therefore, in Telangana, both rural and urban poverty levels were slightly lower than that of all India level. Here, in 2011-12, the rural and urban poverty were 11.2 in rural areas and 5% in urban poverty in Telangana, while it was 25.7% and 13.7% at the national level. Okay. The poverty among the socially disadvantaged groups was very high in early 1990s. But the level had fallen slightly by 2011-12. Here, in 2011-12, poverty among the scheduled castes were higher than among scheduled tribes in rural Telangana. But in the case of urban areas, poverty among scheduled tribes was higher compared to scheduled castes. Okay. Scheduled caste. Here, district level, as per intervariations in urban poverty are concerned, it varied between 16% in Hyderabad and 50% in Mahbubnagar in 1993-94. In 2011-12, these variations have come down considerably. So the lowest incidence of poverty was in Hyderabad at 2.4% only, whereas the other extreme, it was 11.6% in Nizamabad district. As for the Rangarajan Committee report on poverty estimates in Telangana, in 2011-12, the percentage of poor in rural Telangana is 9.3%, whereas the corresponding figure for India is 30.9%, and the percent of urban poor in Telangana is 11.1, whereas it is 26.4% in India. These are the poverty levels in Telangana. Poverty levels in Telangana, as per the according to Tendulkar expert group poverty estimates and Rangarajan Committee report on poverty estimates. Okay. Next concept of unemployment. Concept of unemployment. It may be defined as a situation in which the person is capable of working both physically and mentally at the existing wage rate. At the existing wage rate. But does not get employment to work. Does not get employment to work. So it means a person who is willing to work at the existing wage rate does not get a job. It means a person who is willing to work at the existing wage rate does not get a job. So unemployment indicates a situation where the total number of jobs is less than the total number of unemployed in the country level. So this is known about the unemployment. Here there are some types of unemployment. Different types of unemployment. They are first one open unemployment, second one disguised unemployment, third one seasonal unemployment, fourth one structural unemployment, fifth one frictional unemployment, sixth one cyclical unemployment, seventh one technological unemployment. These are different types of unemployment. First of all, we see the open unemployment. Open unemployment. Open unemployment, also called as chronic unemployment. Chronic unemployment. Open unemployment is a situation where in a large section of the labor force does not get any employment. Okay. This type of unemployment can be seen and counted in terms of the number So open unemployment can be seen and counted in terms of the number of unemployed persons, educated unemployed, unskilled labor force, and migration of labor force from rural to urban in search of employment are some examples of open unemployment. This is known about the open unemployment. Second one, disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment is a situation in which more people are engaged in doing a work. More people are engaged in doing a work than actually required. Than actually required. It is known as disguised unemployment. Even if summer withdraws, production does not suffer. Even if some are withdrawn, production does not suffer. And also it refers to a situation of employment with surplus manpower in which some workers have zero marginal productivity and therefore their removal will not affect the value of total production. Total production. Overcrowding in agriculture due to overpopulation depicts this kind of unemployment. This kind of unemployment. This is known about disguised unemployment. Next one, seasonal unemployment. This type of unemployment occurs due to demand-based seasonal fluctuations. Due to demand-based seasonal fluctuations. In some industries, the demand for goods and services fluctuates seasonally. One example, in ice cream factories, employees are fully stuffed during the summer, but many of those workers are laid off during the winter. During the winter. Similarly, in agriculture in India, laborers may not get employment throughout the year. Throughout the year. It is known about the seasonal unemployment. It is known about the seasonal unemployment. Next one, structural unemployment. Structural unemployment occurs due to a change in the structure of the economy. Structural unemployment occurs due to a change in the structure of the economy. Okay. Structural unemployment results from the imbalance caused by the decline of one industry and the rise of another industry. Okay. One example, the introduction of mobile phones. The introduction of mobile phones led to a decrease in demand for land phones. Demand for land. Therefore, structural unemployment arises through a change in demand, which switches production from one kind of work to another kind of work. Okay, this is known about the structural unemployment. Next one, cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is caused by trade cycles. Caused by trade cycles at regular intervals. Generally, capitalist economies are subject to trade cycles. The down swing in business activities results in unemployment. Okay. It is normally a short-run phenomenon. Cyclical unemployment is normally a short-run phenomenon. It is known about the cyclical unemployment. And next one, technological unemployment. Technological unemployment is the result of certain changes in the techniques of production, which may not require much labor, okay, and displace labor with machines. Displace labor with machines. This is known about the technical unemployment. Okay, technical unemployment. These are the types of unemployment. One is open unemployment, second one disguised unemployment, third one seasonal unemployment, fourth one structural unemployment, fifth one frictional unemployment, sixth one cyclical, seventh one technological unemployment. Next concept, measures of unemployment. As per the Planning Commission recommended three estimates of unemployment. One is usual principal status approach. Second one, current weekly status approach. Third one, current daily status approach. These three estimates of unemployment. First of all, we see usual principal status approach. According to usual principal status approach, the major time spent by a person is used to determine whether the person is in the employed or unemployed. A person found unemployed under this approach reflects the chronic unemployment. Chronic unemployment or open unemployment. Open unemployment. And the hybrid approach of UPSS approach takes into consideration both the major time criterion and shorter time period. So therefore, under usual principal and subsidiary status, if a person works for even 30 days or more in economic activity during the reference period in the last 12 months is considered as employed. Considered as employed. This is known about the usual principal status approach of measures of unemployment. And second one, current weekly status approach. According to current weekly status approach, current activity status relating to the week preceding the date of survey is recorded, and those persons are classified as unemployed who did not have gainful work even for an hour on any day in the preceding week. Preceding week. And third one, current daily status approach. In this approach, whether a person unemployed or employed is recorded for each day. According to current daily status approach, persons having no gainful work even for 1 hour on a day are described as unemployed. Described as unemployed. Current daily status approach indicates both open unemployment and under unemployment. Open unemployment and under unemployment. And some concepts are also extremely used in, in the measurement of unemployment. Here, one, labor force participation rate. As for the according to National Sample Survey Organization, the labor force participation rate or workforce participation is defined as the number of persons in the labor force for 1,000 persons. Okay. In a broader sense, it includes both employed and unemployed labor force. Employed and unemployed labor. And worker population ratio. Worker population ratio is defined as the number of persons employed per 1,000 persons. In other words, it is the ratio of workers to population. Okay. And next one, proportion of unemployed. Proportion of unemployed is defined as the number of persons unemployed per 1,000 persons. And next one, unemployment rate. It is defined as the number of persons unemployed per 1,000 persons in the labor force. That is employed and unemployed persons. These are the measures of unemployment concepts. Okay. See, unemployment in Telangana. Unemployment in Telangana. In Telangana, agriculture sector, we know in Telangana, agriculture sector provides employment to over 60% of workforce. A moderate portion of population in the Telangana state gets livelihood and employment from allied activities such as livestock and fishing. Further, the presence of industries in the Telangana state are not widespread. Large amount of industrial units are located in and around Hyderabad and Rangareddy districts only. The other districts in the Telangana state have no or little industries industrial presence, and therefore a limited qualified, skilled and semi-skilled workforce are observed by industry only. And Telangana government, after emerging as a separate Telangana state, recognized its erstwhile 10 districts into 33 districts. As regards unemployment situation in Telangana, the only data available from National Sample Survey and Census of India report on district level estimates for the state of Telangana, and Ministry of Labor and Employment Bureau socio-economic outlook documents, and etc. So, workforce participation rate in Telangana. See, in the year 2004-5, there was an increase in work participation, but in 2011-12, work participation rates have come down to over 44% only. However, male work participation in the employment is greater than female work participation. Okay. Rural work participation is much higher than that of urban work participation. Here, as for the report on district level estimates for the state of Telangana 2013-14, 65.9% of the working age population is either working or seeking for work at the state level in Telangana based on UPS. Based on UPS. UPS means usual principal status. Okay. Usual principal status. Here, one more. One estimation, labor force participation rate is estimated as 74.5% in rural areas and 51.4% in urban areas. In the case of females, it is found to be lower as compared to male counterparts. In the case of male category of persons, it is estimated to be 78%, whereas for females, the same is 53.5% only. And next one, work participation across the district levels of Telangana. The district-wise, district-wise work participation rates in Telangana. In almost all the districts between 2001 to 2011, around 37% to 45% of workforce engaged in economic activities only. Okay. Here, work participation increased from 36.8% in 2001 to 45.4% in 2011. This is about the work participation across the districts of Telangana. Here, work participation and social groups in Telangana state. See, It shows that the total work participation is more in Mahabubnagar, Khammam, and Nalgonda districts, and lowest in Hyderabad district. More number of workers from scheduled caste is located in Nizamabad, Mahabubnagar, Khammam, and Nalgonda districts. Okay. More number of workers from scheduled tribes largely hailed from Khammam district, Warangal district, and Adilabad district. These are the work participation and social groups in Telangana state. Here, percentage of agriculture and non-agriculture workers. See, it shows a gradual decline can be seen in percentage of agriculture workers from 2004-5 to 2011-12. Overall, though the workforce has shown a declining trend, the agriculture sector still remains one of the largest sectors for providing employment and other livelihood options to great number of labor class in the Telangana state. The rate of increase in non-agriculture workers is on par with national average. The decline in agriculture work rates reflected in non-agriculture activities in the form of increased work participation. Work participation only. Okay. One. Hmm. Here, percentage of agriculture and non-agriculture works in Telangana districts in 2011. It shows that agriculturally intensive districts contain large number of workers, while urbanized districts, Hyderabad and Rangareddy, contain less percentage of agriculture workers. On the other hand, non-agriculture workers employed in large numbers in those districts that achieved either maximum urbanization or rapidly urbanizing, such as Hyderabad, Rangareddy districts. These are percentage of agriculture and non-agriculture workers in Telangana districts. Here, percentage of informal and formal workers. It shows the percentage of informal and formal workers, labor force of Telangana. Informal sector comprises of privately owned enterprises employing less than 10 workers, while formal sector includes organized sector employees, that is government or public or private limited companies, irrespective of number of employees. So next one, distribution of workers by types of employment. The types of employment shows that majority of workforce are employed as self-employed, as self-employed and wage laborers and regular salaried employees. Self-employment is constantly fluctuating. Self-employed, constant, fluctuating. Therefore, regular salary workers have been increasing over the years. On the contrary, rate of wage laborers to decline over the years. Here, according to National Sample Survey Organization, 68 round survey, the percentage of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, casually or wage workers in Telangana is higher than all India level. More than half of the other backward caste group is the self-employment category only. And next concept is the unemployment rates in Telangana. Unemployment rate in the Telangana state is below the national average rate of unemployment in 2011-12. Okay. As for the report on district level estimates for the state of Telangana 2013-14, the unemployment rate or ratio of unemployed person to the labor force in 2013-14 at the Telangana state level based on UPS is estimated as 2% only. Okay. This is the unemployment rates in Telangana. So tomorrow we will discuss about causes and consequences of poverty and unemployment. Okay, got my point. Okay, thank you. Hello, are you audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Important.
sir.
Okay, I will send the questions at end the class. ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ మొత్తం అంటే చివరగానే అంటే క్లాస్ ఎండింగ్ లో ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్తాను ఓకే హలో
Yes, sir.
లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్ చెప్తాను ఓకేనా
Okay, sir.
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ